Hey, and welcome to our new journey through the life of Solomon, the third king of Israel, known for his wisdom, wealth, and writings. The story of Solomon, son of David and Bathsheba, is a compelling narrative of wisdom, wealth, and eventual decline. This account, primarily found in the book of 1 Kings, offers profound insights into leadership, faith, and the consequences of turning away from divine guidance. Solomon, son of David and Bathsheba, was chosen by God to lead Israel. His name, meaning peaceable, was a testament to the era of prosperity he would usher in. As a young king, Solomon faced the daunting task of following in the footsteps of his father, a beloved and mighty warrior. King David, in his old age, recognized the need to ensure a smooth succession to the throne. Adonijah, another of David's sons, attempted to declare himself king. However, David had promised Bathsheba that Solomon would succeed him. Upon hearing of Adonijah's actions, Bathsheba and the prophet Nathan approached David. David reaffirmed his promise and had Solomon anointed king by Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet. We see this in the book of 1 Kings 1 verse 38 to 39. Before his death, David imparted crucial advice to Solomon, emphasizing the importance of adhering to God's commandments. Be strong, act like a man, and observe what the Lord your God requires. Walk in obedience to him, and keep his decrees and commands, his laws and regulations, as written in the law of Moses. Do this so that you may prosper in all you do and wherever you go. 1 Kings 2:2-3. This charge underscored the necessity of divine obedience for a successful reign, which was something that Solomon's father, David, understood, and that helped him with his walk with God. After Solomon succeeded his father David as king of Israel, he sought to establish his rule and secure his kingdom. Solomon's political moves, including a strategic marriage to Pharaoh's daughter, which was both a political alliance with Egypt and a potential deviation from traditional Israelite practices. Despite these political maneuvers, Solomon showed a deep commitment to his faith. He and the people of Israel worshipped at high places, which were significant religious sites before the construction of the temple. Solomon, in particular, offered 1,000 burnt offerings at Gibeon, which was the greatest high place of worship. It was at Gibeon that the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. This divine encounter was a testament to Solomon's devotion and God's favor upon him. In this dream, God offered to grant him whatever he wished. Solomon, recognizing his youth and inexperience, requested wisdom to govern his people effectively. So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong. For who is able to govern this great people of yours? Solomon replied. Solomon's response revealed his humility and understanding of the weight of kingship. He asked for an understanding heart to govern God's people and to discern between good and evil, prioritizing wisdom over personal gain or power. This request pleased the Lord, who not only granted Solomon the wisdom he sought, but also promised him both riches and honor that no other king would match, provided he followed God's statutes and commandments. 1 Kings 3 verse 12-13. I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings. God replied. Solomon's wisdom was soon demonstrated in a famous judgment. 2 women came to him, each claiming to be the mother of a baby. Solomon's solution to this dilemma was to suggest cutting the baby in half and giving each woman a part. The true mother, immediately driven by love, begged the king to spare the child's life, revealing her as the rightful mother. Solomon's wise judgment restored the child to his rightful mother. One of Solomon's most significant achievements was the construction of the Temple in Jerusalem, a project his father David had envisioned but was left for Solomon to complete. Solomon spared no expense, using the finest materials and employing the best craftsmen. The temple took 7 years to build and became the central place of worship for the Israelites. Upon completion, Solomon dedicated the temple with a moving prayer, acknowledging God's greatness and pleading for his continual presence and favor. He prayed, "But will God really dwell on earth? The heavens, even the highest heaven, cannot contain you. How much less this temple I have built? Yet give attention to your servant's prayer and his plea for mercy. O Lord my God, hear the cry and the prayer that your servant is praying in your presence this day." 1 Kings 8, verse 27 to 28. The dedication was marked by a divine presence that filled the temple, signifying God's approval. Under Solomon's rule, Israel experienced unprecedented peace and prosperity. His wealth and wisdom attracted visitors from far and wide, including the Queen of Sheba. She came to test Solomon's wisdom and was overwhelmed by his answers and the splendor of his court. "The report I heard in my own country about your achievements and your wisdom is true. But I did not believe these things until I came and saw with my own eyes. Indeed, not even half was told me. In wisdom and wealth you have far exceeded the report I heard." 1 Kings 10, verse 6 to 7. But Solomon's wisdom extended beyond governance. He is credited with authoring Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. These writings offer profound reflections on life, love, and divine wisdom. Proverbs, for example, provides practical advice for righteous living. "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." This is one of the most common verses in the Bible, which quotes Solomon. Despite his wisdom and achievements, Solomon's later years were marred by disobedience. In the twilight of Solomon's reign, a shadow fell upon the kingdom of Israel. The king, once celebrated for his divine wisdom and grandeur, succumbed to the very human frailty of misplaced love and spiritual compromise. Solomon started worshipping other gods as he got older, which was a big mistake as it greatly offended God. Not only that, Solomon's heart, which had been steadfast in its youth, began to wane under the influence of his numerous foreign wives. These women, from nations with whom God had explicitly instructed the Israelites not to intermarry, brought with them their deities and practices. Solomon, in a bid to please his wives, erected high places for detestable gods such as Ashtoreth, Milcom, and Chemosh. The scripture notes, "For it was so when Solomon was old, that his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not loyal to the Lord his God, as was the heart of his father David." This verse encapsulates the tragedy of Solomon's fall, a heart once wholly devoted to God, now fragmented by the seduction of idolatry. God's response to Solomon's disobedience was swift and severe. The Lord appeared to Solomon twice, admonishing him to follow his ways. Despite these divine encounters, Solomon's heart remained hardened. As a result, God pronounced a harsh judgment. The kingdom would be torn from Solomon's hands and given to his servant. However, for the sake of David, Solomon's father, this division would occur during the reign of Solomon's son, not in his own lifetime. Solomon faced adversaries raised by God to challenge his rule. Hadad the Edomite and Rezon. The story of Solomon, as detailed in the book of 1 Kings, is a powerful testament to the heights of human potential when aligned with divine guidance and the pitfalls of turning away from that path. It invites us to reflect on our own lives, to seek wisdom earnestly, and to remain faithful to our spiritual commitments. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.